Welcome. My name is Leanne, and I'm going to lead you through this gentle yoga practice today. You can get yourself comfortable. You could start lying or seated or kneeling. And as you settle your body into a comfortable position, just close your eyes. And take a moment to feel the support of the ground underneath you, wherever it's touching your body, and feel like you get to rest downward into the support of the floor. Okay, so just feel that sense of support, that sense of connection with the ground. You can check in with yourself and noticing your body and whatever else is present for you today. So there might be sensations in your body or feelings, emotions. It's all welcome. And noticing whether an intention for your practice arises from within you. And an intention might be to be present or to slow down or to stretch, to relax, just whatever arises, bringing it with you. When you're ready, you can come on down to your back on the floor. And if you have something like a block or a pillow that you want to bring down, you can. So as you first come down here, if you do want something underneath your head, you could tuck a pillow or a towel underneath your head. You can just have your hands resting on your knees, and then you can gently rock from side to side so that you're feeling different parts of your back against the floor, different parts of the back of your pelvis against the ground. And as you move the legs in or as you move the legs further away, you're going to feel different parts of your body in contact with the floor. You let your body come back to the center and let your feet come down to the floor. You let the right leg, it's going to roll open towards the right side, and then it's going to come back up. You just want the right leg to roll open just as far as it goes without the pelvis moving. So you might let your fingertips rest at your hips. And that right leg just falls and then it comes back. Right? So what we don't want is we don't want the whole body rolling to the side. We just want it to be the right leg that's rolling to the side. So you're moving your leg bone in your hip socket. And then we're just going to let the right leg come down and pause down for a couple of breaths. So you could tuck your right hand underneath your right leg, or you could tuck a block or a pillow underneath your right leg. And just relax, right? So soften your jaw and your shoulders and your back and your belly, your hips. You can roll the right foot back to the floor and then pick up the right leg, cross it over your left leg. And now let your legs fall towards the ground on the left side. So you're coming to a gentle twist. So you could catch your twist. Your left hand could come under your right leg. Maybe your right foot will touch the floor. You could take your block, if you wanted to, over to the other side so that the legs could fall to the block. But just gently here. So maybe you can move the right arm a little bit away from the right side of the body. And maybe you can turn your head to the left. You move your head back to neutral, roll yourself back onto your back. We're going to take this right leg and lift it up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to turn it to the right and then bring it back to where it started. So it's a little sort of quarter turn towards the right and then it comes back. So focus on the thigh bone that's rotating open and then coming back to where it started. So turn and then back to neutral. One more turn, and this time bend the knee and let the right shin come on and land on that left leg. So we're in reclining pigeon pose. So you are welcome to stay here, left foot on the floor. You could also, if you wanted a little bit more, you could put a block under that left foot. And if you want even more, you could pick the left foot up and hold behind the left leg. Just being present to how your body feels. And listening to where your body is at today. Okay, we're going to let the left foot come down to the floor, and then the right foot can come up to the ceiling. So here you can hold behind the right leg, straighten out the knee, and then let the knee bend, and then reach the foot up, straightening the knee as best you can. Let the knee bend, straightening the leg up, and we'll do one more. So bend the knee, and then straighten the leg. Just let the leg be as straight as you can. You could move at the ankle a little bit if you like. Or sort of intuitive movement down at the ankle or the foot, or moving the toes, whatever feels good down there. You might draw the leg a little bit closer in if you can. And then let the right foot come back to the floor. Okay, fingertips can come back and land at your hips. And then we're going to let the left leg roll open towards the left side. And then the left foot comes back to the floor. Okay, so left leg drops, and then it comes back. So it sort of feels like you're rolling maybe towards the outside edge of the left foot, and then come back up. You're only going as far as the left thigh bone wants to go. Okay, do one more. So let the leg fall open. Let the leg come back up. And then this time it can fall open and it can pause open. So maybe you're going to tuck your left hand under your leg or your block underneath your leg so that the leg can relax. So you might feel a gentle stretch in the left inner thigh, or you might feel no stretch. And if you've got enough support there, then you wouldn't need to feel any stretch in that inner thigh. That hip could just relax. Either way is fine as long as you're listening to your body. Okay, back relaxed, belly, hips. Let the left leg roll back. Pick the left leg up, cross it over the right. Legs are going to fall towards the ground on the right, so you can catch your twist with your left foot or your right hand or your block. Could come underneath your legs. Okay, you could move your left arm a little bit away from your body. You could turn your head towards the right if you like. Just letting your body ease into that twist. Breath is easy. Okay, unroll. So your head turns, your arm comes back in, your pelvis comes back to the floor, the left foot comes up to the ceiling, and then turn the left leg to the left and then turn it back. So as if we're trying to make a quarter turn and then turn it back. So the pelvis is staying still, thigh bone is turning and turning back. Okay, turn and then bend your knee and see if you can let your left shin land on your right thigh. So you can stay here. You could tuck a block underneath your right foot and just stay there. And if you feel for more stretch, then you can lift the right foot right up and you can hold behind the right thigh. Okay, letting the breath come slowly down into the abdomen and slowly back out. You bring the right foot to the floor, left foot to the ceiling. You can hold behind the left leg, reach through the heel, so straighten out the leg as best you can and then bend the knee so your thigh can stay still. Straighten out the leg, let the knee bend. So do two more. So lengthen and then knee bends, and last one, lengthen the leg. Now stay. You can move the foot You don't have to have your hands there if you don't want them behind the leg, or they can give your legs some help. Okay, however that left foot wants to move, toes get to move a little bit. And then let the foot and the ankle become still, and maybe that left leg can come a little bit towards you. Just deepening that stretch ever so gently up the back of the left leg if you can. Okay, let the left foot come back to the floor. So you've got both feet back on the ground, fingertips back at the hips. And we're gonna let both legs roll open. So right leg is rolling right, left leg is rolling left. And then both are slowly coming back up. So the leg bones end up right back where they started and the feet end up flat on the floor. So roll open. And then slowly lift. So maybe you can have a sense of those inner thighs as you slowly lift. And as you're rolling open, right and left may not feel the same, right? One might feel like it can go further, and you can just keep them the same. You don't have to push one to match the other. Okay, one more. Let them come open just for a moment. Pause. So you could tuck your hands under your legs. You could put your blocks there if you want to. Relax what you can. So shoulders, jaw, back, belly, toes. And then when you're ready, you can roll your legs back up. Okay, roll to your side and come on up into table pose. Okay, so from table, we're going to come to, so hands and knees, come back towards child's pose. So let your seat go back towards your heels. And then come on back up. So lift back up into table. And then sink back to child's pose. Okay, do one more. So lift up. And then sink back. Okay, just be still for a moment here. So maybe you can bring your forearms down to the floor. Feel a breath. Okay, so from this child's pose, we're going to move forward. So you could use your forearms. You could keep your forearms on the floor. You can just walk your body forward. Now you're either going to come all the way down to your belly and then up into supported cobra, or maybe you can move right into your supported cobra. So you end up with forearms on the floor, maybe elbows under the shoulders, or maybe your elbows are a little wider. So from here, we're going to come back to child's pose. So you're welcome to come down and then move yourself back. So you could come to the belly and then put the hands on the floor and press back. Or maybe you can just walk your forearms back on the floor. So do what's most comfortable for your body. So you've walked your seat back. Okay, we're going to walk back forward. So bring your belly, the front of your body, back to the floor. So you can come all the way down and then lift up into supported cobra. So forearms to the floor, shoulders dropping, front of the body gently opening, breath moving. Okay, and then in the way that works best for you, come back to child's pose. And you're going to do that one more time. So you're going to walk yourself back, maybe all the way to the floor, or maybe straight into supported cobra. And then back into child's pose. You support your head, sink your seat back. Now you're welcome to stay in this version of child's pose with your spine neutral. And if you'd like to come into a little bit of a side bend, you could lift your body up. You could walk it over top of your right leg and fold back down. So there's a little bit more length on your left side. Okay, lift up, walk through the center and over to the left, and then fold down over your left leg and feel your right side and the breath perhaps in the right side. Gentle expanding and releasing of breath. Okay, come back to the center so you're back in child's pose. And then when you're ready from child's pose, make your way up into table. And then curl your toes under and make your way up into downward dog. So you can lift the knees and press back through the heels. Okay, your feet are at least hip width apart, wider if you like that better. Hands are about shoulder width apart. And you can alternate the heel that you're pressing back so that you can feel up into the toes that get a stretch. And as the heel presses back into the back of the leg. And then just step your feet a little bit wide. We're going to walk our hands towards our feet so you can begin to let your weight shift back. Bend your knees lots. And eventually your weight will get all the way into your legs and your feet. So knees are bent. Press down through your feet and come on up to standing. Okay, so come into mountain pose. So you can stand for this wherever you'd like to on your mat. Okay, so mountain pose, and just feel your feet on the floor so they're underneath your hips, about hip width apart. Feet are parallel. Okay, feel the surface that you're standing on. Move your toes, you can move your feet just to really take your awareness down there to the ground. Okay. Okay, your knees are soft. Roll out your shoulders. So they can roll forward or back. If you'd like, you get to move arm bones and shoulder sockets and shoulder blades on your back. Whatever way lets you loosen up at your shoulders, your chest, your shoulder blades. Okay, let the shoulders and the arms relax and give them a shake if you like. So we're going to do some balance here. So if you'd like to be closer to a wall, then you can shift off your mat. And then we're going to stand in our right foot to start. So let your left leg lift wide to the left side and then let it go. Okay, so lift the left leg to the left and let it go. And then one more. Let it lift to the left and let it go. Okay, this time lift to the left and stay. And if you'd like, you could bring your arms into a T. And if you'd like, you could tip a little to the right, still lifting the left leg up. So you're extending outward from your center, all directions. Okay, come on back to vertical and we'll switch feet. So let the left foot come to the floor. Shift your weight into your left leg. So right leg lifts wide to the right. You're still standing tall. And let the right leg go. So when you're lifting the right leg to the right, the only thing you're moving is your right thigh bone, your right leg. Right? One more lift to the right and let it go. And then lift and stay. So pause, maybe lift your arms. If you want a little bit more, try tipping a little to the left. Still lifting that right leg up. Still breathing. Okay, come on back to vertical. You can give your arms a shake. You can give your legs a shake. Okay, so then we're going to come into the right foot now. So you're going to come and balance in your right foot. And this time your left leg is going to go back. So instead of going to the side, it's going back behind you. And then let it go. So left leg going back. Feel the squeeze and let it go. Left leg goes back. And let it go. Okay, this time it goes back and it stays back. And if you want a little bit more, you're going to tip forward as you lift the left leg up. So you might get all the way to warrior three, where you're parallel to the floor, or you might be more vertical. Come back to vertical. Left foot's going to step to the floor. So we'll do the same thing standing now in the left foot. Okay, so your right leg is going to lift back, and then let's go. So you can feel the squeeze in your glute. Take the right leg back and let it go. So it goes back, and then it relaxes. Okay, and then it goes back and it stays. So you could stay vertical, or you can move your pelvis on your left leg and tip forward. So you're lifting the right leg up, but think of it as connected to the back. So if you're going to lift the right leg, the back is going to move along with it. Come on back to vertical. So you've got both feet back on the floor. You can give whatever a shakeout needs a shakeout. Okay. And then you can pick one of your feet and you're going to step it back, and you're going to turn and face the long edge of your mat. So your legs are gently wide, knees and toes are angled outward. Okay, and we're going to sink here. So come into your squat. So let your knees bend, let your hips will hinge, right? You'll sink down, and then press into your feet and come on back up. Okay, so we're going to add some movement to that, or some breath to that, and some arm movement to that. Okay, so take a breath in with your legs straight, and as you exhale, sink. And then as you inhale, press down and lift the hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart and sink down. So your exhale, you're dropping down, and you're inhaling, sweeping the arms, straightening the legs, coming up. Exhale and sink. And inhale and push down and lift up. Hands maybe come back to your heart. Inhale and rise. And exhale and sink. So stay down. Okay, and then from here, we're going to tip forward. So you can just let your fingertips, they could come to blocks or they could come to the floor. So what you're in now is a bit of a supported squat. Okay, so you can keep your head and heart up. You don't have to be upside down. If you've got some blocks there, then you'll be able to be a little bit higher up. Okay, you could shift your weight a little bit here from side to side if you like. Just to sink a little bit more into your hips. And if you want to stay still, you can. All right, bring your weight back to center. Push down through your feet and rise back up. Okay, turn your legs so your feet are parallel. Bring your hands to your hips or interlace your fingers behind your back. Open up through the front of your body gently. And we're going to fold over. So you can tip at the hips. And when you're ready to let your hands go, they could come to your blocks or the floor in front of you or your legs. So you could be coming into a half of a wide-legged forward fold with your hands on the floor or blocks, and that would allow you to keep your head and heart up if that's more comfortable. Or you could be right upside down with your hands on the floor or on your blocks. Okay, so listen to what works for your body. So take a breath and let it go. And come on down to your mat. You can lower yourself down. Okay, come to seated. And we'll bring the right leg out in front, and we'll step the left foot to the floor. So the left foot's either on the inside of the right leg or it's on the outside. You can come on up tall, and then you can turn towards your left. So left hand to the floor behind you or beside you. Right arm might be hugging the left leg in. Back is tall and turned. Turn your head. So your heart is turning left. Your head, see if it can turn to the right. Okay, unwind your head, unwind your torso, and switch legs. So left leg out, right foot in on the inside of the left leg or over on the outside, wherever the foot can be flat. Come on up and then turn to the right. So right hand behind you. You can turn the left leg on a little bit just to give you a nice base. So your heart is turning right, easy shoulders, and your head maybe is turning left. And your breath is coming and going. Just gently, slowly with the breath. Okay, unwind your head, unwind your torso, unwind your right leg, and then come onto your back on the floor. You plant your feet on the ground so your heels are coming towards your sitting bones and your feet are about hip width apart. Nothing under your head at the moment. Upper arms on the floor next to your ribs. You're going to push into the feet and let your pelvis come on up. So you're coming up into half bridge. So you can root through the soles of the feet and through these upper arms. And then you're lifting up from underneath you. And you lower back down. And then press down and lift up. So you can keep your thigh bones parallel. You can feel on the floor bases of the big toes, bases of the little toes, centers of the heels. Okay, lower down. Okay, you are welcome to keep the arms here as we keep going. If you want more, see if you can lift the arms up so the fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling. So that takes away some of the stability that the arms give you. So make sure your neck and your shoulders and your back are okay with that. Come on back down. And one more. So push down and come on up. Breathe. Okay, bring your back down, bring your arms down, bring your knees in. So give your knees a hug in without crossing your shins or ankles, and your legs are right next to each other. So sort of a narrow hug in with the legs. The legs are right together, shins aren't crossed. And then let the legs go wide and give the knees a hug in. Okay, feet back to the floor. Knees fall towards the right, head falls towards the left. And then move them back to center. So head and legs, and then go the other way. So legs will go left and head will go to the right. Okay, come on back to center. And then just check in with your body. And if it needs to be stretched or moved before you relax, then you can do whatever your body needs to do. And then when you're ready, come into whatever position you want to relax in. So you can stay right here if you like and put your knees together. You could tuck something under the legs like a bolster or your blocks or a cushion, okay? Or your legs can go out long if that's comfortable. Okay? And if you want a different position besides on your back, you can choose whatever you like. So let your body get settled. Let your body rest into the support of the ground. Okay? Close your eyes. Letting go of tension. Letting go of effort. Inviting in ease. Let your awareness come up into your head. So the crown of your head and your scalp gets to soften. Your eyes, your forehead, your temples, all gets to rest. Nose and cheeks and ears, your jaw and your mouth and your tongue. Soften the inside of your head. And then begin to come down into the throat and the neck. Letting go of shoulders and arms and hands. Okay, resting chest and heart center, so your upper torso. Resting the belly, the abdomen, the low back, the pelvis. Letting go of hips and legs and feet. So your whole body resting, head all the way to your feet. Your heart all the way out to your hands. The outer layers of you and all the space inside you. And as you rest, offering your gratitude. So gratitude is healing for us. Okay? So grateful for your body and all that your body allows you to do. Grateful that you took the time to practice today. And anything else that arises within you as you are resting in this space of thankfulness and gratitude. Reconnecting with your body, letting go. Taking your time. When you feel ready, you can move your body in the way that feels right for you. At some point you can roll over onto your side and then you can come back to vertical. Take your time. And as you're ready, you move back into your day. Thank you for your practice today. Take really good care.